So we're in the Lebanese parliament with Dr. Najat Saliba. We're doing a bit of a private tour. Dr. Saliba has been conducting a sit-in for the last 8 nights.
Yes.
Today is the 8th night, or the 9th will be the 9th night?
It will be the ninth night.
9th night.
So day 8.
So we want to give you a bit of an experience of what they've been going through in their determination to force the Lebanese leaders to recall parliament and push forward the vote for a president. Let's have a walk through. Let's have a look at what it's like. We've got a bit of light at the moment. What happens for you? Tell us a bit about your day. What happens when you've been sitting in here for how long? I mean, every day, do you get to go outside?
Yes, I leave at 6 a.m. I go take a shower. I come back at 7 and I stay here.
And what are you trying to achieve by creating this sit-in?
I have 2 options. Either turn my back and wait until somebody decides to elect a president, and it could take 1 year, 2 years or more, and it has been done in the past.
Yes.
Or call for action. And my sit-in here is just expressing my right, exercising my right and my responsibilities to protect the Constitution and the institution, and also call the other deputies to come and assume their roles. This is extremely important because we have to respect the institution we belong to. This is in the name of the people. They put their trust in us to protect this institution and to assume our responsibilities. To force this election, because as per the Constitution, it calls for immediate action. It says in Arabic, فوراً. You have to come to the part as if there is an emergency.
Why is that? Why does the Constitution call for urgent and immediate action? What happens when you don't have a president in power?
Exactly. If we don't have a president in power, that means we don't have a government, a cabinet. Now we have a caretaker government. And then the parliament goes in a state of open sessions only to elect a president, meaning they don't have any legislative function. And so
they can't conduct the business of government.
Anything you need to do will require a cabinet to meet in order for them to, for example, allocate some money to buy formula milk, to buy fuel for electricity, to buy medicine for cancer or diabetic patients. All of this is on hold. Yani they are putting the whole country on hold. IMF will not talk to anyone except the government, and they need an active government. They cannot talk to a caretaker government.
Right.
And the parliament has to meet to approve the requests of the IMF. All of this is put on hold. All of this is in a
state of limbo.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you think that they are doing this? Tell us from your perspective, from the members of the Change MPs, those that are part of this group that are standing with you and what you're doing. Why are they doing this?
I have no idea, and I don't understand how they function. I mean, they have done it before. They left the country in limbo like this 2.5 years.
This was in 2014 to 2016, before they elected Michel Aoun as the president.
Exactly. Now we cannot afford to do this. Now the situation is completely different. It's traded for 64,000 today. What does it mean? It means that people cannot afford bread, just bread. They cannot move because the gas is very, very expensive. Example, a regular employee, or I think the minimum wage is 2 million lira, and you need 1 million, half of it, just to fill up one
gallon of gas.
One tank of gas.
Wow.
This is absurd. This is unheard of.
Why aren't the people in the streets? Why aren't they demonstrating now?
They don't have gas. They can't pay gas to come to the streets, and it's not their role. You know what? The whole country today depends on 128 deputies who hold in their hands, in their pen, the fate of this country. They have to come to this parliament and elect a president. We're not proposing any name. We're just saying, come and work. Come and do your job.
Negotiate, do what you're supposed to do. Let's work together to elect a president that will help put this country back on track.
and it doesn't help you to, split the pie, because the pie is empty. There is nothing left.
There's been 11 sessions to elect a president so
Sure,
far.
yes.
The only name that's received the highest number of votes is Michelle Amalwat.
Sure.
There's a lot of people in the diaspora, and I think on the Zoom call last night we had a member of the diaspora, Lebanese diaspora, who said, why don't the change MPs, or why don't the MPs get together and select him or elect him? Why isn't there a cooperation even now with the group that we're here, Lebanese Forces, Kataib, Change MPs, and the other independents? There were 41 members of parliament who today made up this group that came today. Is there any chance that this group of people can come together and sit together and decide who they would nominate together at least, and try and move that forward?
I would hope so. I would hope so. And that's why we have this sit-in. We want to open the doors for discussion, for negotiation. This is our job. I mean, it's done everywhere in the world.
Yes.
They need to come. If they see that this name is not working, let's move to another name. Let's try to approach, come closer to each other with our ideas. We can't just have a position and not be willing to negotiate. This is unheard of. This is unheard of everywhere.
What do you want the international global leaders to do for you? Can they have any impact on the Lebanese political leaders? Is there any pressure that global leaders can put on to help Lebanon?
Global leaders have nothing to do with the election of our president.
Of course.
We don't want them to do anything. I want the diaspora, the Lebanese diaspora, to really push and ask their elected MP to come and exercise his role in the parliament. So I want to talk to the Lebanese diaspora. I don't want any interference from outside, from any country. And this is not what we want.
Well, the leverage, though, of course, the diaspora has tremendous leverage, and there's it's anywhere between 30 to 16 million people in the diaspora. But trying to coordinate them, and people have different views as well.
Yes.
But I know there is a strong contingency of Lebanese diaspora that want Lebanon, that love Lebanon, that want to support moving forward and getting this country off its knees. But they don't have the leverage on their MPs. We've seen it.
Why?
These MPs that are in power seem to not care about anyone except
Why did they
themselves.
elect them? Why did they elect them?
Yeah.
They have to know today that those people who they elected are not assuming the roles. It's good to know that.
Yes.
So that they can hold them accountable next time around.
Yes.
So please push them to come and do their roles. We're not asking them to take, I personally I'm not asking for them to take any side. All I am doing is respecting the institution I am in today, right? I worked at AUB for 20 years. I respected this institution and worked together with my colleagues to promote this institution, and everybody knows what AUB is.
Yes.
Only because we respected it and we wanted the growth of AUB. Now I don't understand how MPs do not respect what they are. This parliament, because this parliament is the last thing that is still standing. Everything else is caretaker government. We don't have a president. The judiciary body has collapsed on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And the finance system is collapsing, right? So we're doomed, really.
The country is in free fall.
It is.
Not only the currency,
Power
but
vacuum,
the country.
complete power vacuum.
How long do you intend to stay in Parliament pushing this same action? How long will you stay? How long will the other MPs stay?
We are staying. We are staying. And every week we'll announce what we're doing in the following week.
Right. Is there any clear objective or little milestones you hope? Is it by getting more MPs to come in and sit with you?
Yes.
Will that strengthen their resistance, this protest, this
Yes.
demand.
Now we're preparing a petition to be signed by a large number.
We're going to go back for another little walk before you let you go back into the chamber, which they won't let me in on. Will
No,
they? Can we try and sneak in? Maybe they'll let me pretend I'm an MP. So I heard also that they're trying to get you to. They're trying to create problems. They want to antagonize people in order for them to be able to force you out, cause
They tried yesterday to close the door on us here, but they decided not to at the end. We were ready, and we had everyone, all the Change MPs in full support.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, they're doing everything to try and get you out. Because do you feel like you're making a difference outside? Are you getting calls from people?
Absolutely, absolutely, especially the diaspora. I think they understand the meaning of respecting the institution and going by the constitution. Because when you live in a country that does respect all of this, you understand the meaning of it. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna undermine this important aspect of really assuming my role to the fullest. They do or they don't understand, this is not my problem. My duty and my responsibility is to do what the Constitution says.
Yeah, and I think that's an issue even with the people, the Lebanese people. They don't understand what impact you're having because they can't see.
Yes.
But this is a real display of a witness to what actions you've been taking in Parliament that that are not visible to them. Let's stand in the light a little bit so our camera can see you. So tell me, how hard has it been? How hard is it? What are you sleeping on? You're sleeping on chairs inside?
I refuse to talk about it because that's not the main issue. The main issue is really to bring people together so that they come and exercise or assume their roles. That's the main issue. It's not an issue. We're like millions of Lebanese who don't have electricity and who have turned their fridge into a closet. So no, this is not the issue.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for what you're doing.